What's going on? Today I just want to talk quickly to you about the concept of promoting yourself. It is extremely important that you learn to hype yourself up, that you learn to be your own cheerleader, that you learn to promote yourself. Whether it's just in life, period, you got to tell yourself how good you are. You have affirmations. You remind yourself about what you have that's good to offer. Or in business. I'm in the corporate world outside of all the other stuff that I do, but I am in the corporate world, and there are annual goals that you set. There are things where you go through your annual review where you talk about how well you did and what you're planning on achieving, and then each year the cycle repeats itself so that you can continue to say, this is how well I did, and that determines things like your raise, your bonus, or whatever else it might be, and just your general status. And a lot of times people don't know how to promote themselves. A lot of times people, under the spirit of humility, don't get in there and just brag on themselves. And I want to encourage you to make sure that you brag on yourself. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between being confident and being arrogant. And see, being arrogant is when you are so into what you have to offer that you deceive yourself, even to the point where you don't think there's any room for improvement and everything you do is perfect, and you're not willing to grow. That's the difference between arrogance and confidence. When you're arrogant, you cut off your ability to grow because you feel so cocky that you feel like there's nothing better that you can ever do. And that's where you limit yourself. So don't be arrogant, but do be confident. Know your worth. Know what you bring to the table. Keep a running record of the great things and great accomplishments that you do, because it is nobody's responsibility, nor is anybody going to take on the responsibility of being your primary advocate. You got to advocate for yourself. You got to promote yourself. You got to sell yourself. If you're running a business, by all means, there are people who will buy from you. There are people who will take into account your services and so forth. But you got to be the biggest mouthpiece. Even when it comes to things like getting people to invest in you. You might be trying to start a business and you want people to invest in you, but if you are not investing in yourself, then what reason do they have to also invest in you? Getting investors starts with you investing in yourself, because if you don't find what you have as important enough to invest in it, why should they? If you don't think what you have is great enough, good enough to purchase, whether it's a service or a product, why should they? Why should the audience do it? If you don't think that your skill, your talent, your ability is good enough for a promotion, for whatever comes with your job, why should they? By all means, when you do a good enough job, you do have the ability to create what's called raving fans. I know you may have read that book before about raving fans. You may have the ability to create raving fans, and then they will support you and help sell for you. But ultimately, it boils down to you. Ultimately, you are most responsible than anybody else to sell yourself, to promote yourself, to encourage yourself, and to uplift yourself, to take yourself and your business or whatever it is to that next level. So don't be shy, don't be ashamed, don't be too humble. Be confident, know what you did, know what you have to offer, know your worth, and put it out there and promote it and scream it from the rooftops. So again, promote yourself.